Okay, everyone. So let's say you were not able to get the Analog Pocket this Christmas, or for that matter, any time in the foreseeable future, since these things are out all the way to 2023. There are other classic consoles that you still can play, classic handhelds out there. And I will be talking about one of them today. I will make another video talking about other classic consoles that are better than this, but I'm also focusing on consoles that people might already have in their collection. And for that, hey, it might be time to revisit some of these items that you already have and you could possibly bring back to life and play a little bit until you get your Analog Pocket, or just play it for what it is now. Some of these consoles are still very good. So without further ado, please like and subscribe. Let's get into the video and see what console I am talking about. So the console I'm going to talk about today is the PSP. So I'm sure many people might have had this growing up. I know I did. I had this when I was already an older teenager. This was a great console. This could do so many different things. When I saw this, I was immediately blown away and I knew I had to get one myself. I remember trading in, I think, my Nintendo DS at the time just to get my hands on this. So we're going to talk about how this can work for you as an emulation device, since that's what we're going to look at, since obviously you can only play PlayStation portable games on here. But there are many other things you can do as well. You can watch movies on it. You can dump the UMD onto the memory card. And I'm going to go through what I have. So let's get into the actual console that I'll have in front of me. All right, so here is my PSP that I have. I've had this one for several years now, and I've used it for emulation. Obviously with some of the games that I've already had, some games that I dumped and saved onto the memory card itself. So just a quick little information. The PSP was launched in December of 2004. At the time, it was about $181. They had several different bundles at that time. The one I have in front of me is the PSP Fat, the PSP 1000. They had several different versions as well. They had the PSP 2000, the PSP 3000, the PSP Street, which was strictly for Europe, and the PSP Go. I have several of those other consoles, but today I'm just going to be looking at the PSP 1000 model here. So just to start, I am going to show you some of the things you can do for your PSP if you have one and you want to bring it back to life. So one thing I'd recommend here, I'll have a link with this as well. This is the Memory Stick Duo Pro, compatible with the macro SD card. So it's fairly simple. You put a macro SD card in, have a 64 gig here, and you just pop it in. So if you have some of these games already lying around, they are, once you have it hacked, this is a jailbroken one. Once it's jailbroken, you can dump your games. So I've dumped several games that I've already had here. As you can tell, that way I'm not carrying around all the UMDs. That one is a UMD dumper. So this is very helpful if you're going to want to just save your games to your memory card. And this is a cheap way to go. This, I believe, is maybe no more than $6 on Amazon, to be honest. Now, like I mentioned before, this is going to be doing mostly emulation unless you have the specific game. So the one I have in here is the one that I was showing before. This is Final Fantasy Crisis Core. This is a very good game. This is one of my favorite for the system. I'm big on RPGs as well as fighters, but I like my RPGs like Kingdom Hearts, etc. So here we have one. Let me just show you another one real quick. Maybe we'll do some gameplay. Good thing I like about these older consoles over some, for example, some of the newer consoles like Amernic, the emulation consoles, is that you have a very good build. Assuming you have a good one already. So some of these are getting harder to find, but they're good build. You can play a good amount of games, and you'll have a big library available to you off the bat, especially first party games like this game right here. This is, I believe, Shin Budokai Another Road. I'll just show you some quick gameplay. Now, this, like I mentioned, is very good. You can dump it, and I believe I already dumped this one. One of the other many benefits of the PlayStation is you can listen to music on the go. You can even play movies. So back back when this was released, they actually had movies being released alongside with it, like Spider-Man. What else did they have? They had Wedding Crashers. I believe I'm gonna just show you a little bit of how the videos work. You can also dump the movies as well and have it saved on the memory card. So there are many different things you can do with the PSP if you just wanna play around with something that you've had for just maybe in your closet or your drawer and you've pretty much forgot about it. But hey, it's something you can do while you wait for the analog pocket if that's something you want. But some of these games are very good. And the graphics, they're not too bad. Let's just do a quick fight, and then we'll move on to another one. Let's see what we have here. I haven't played this one in a while. I also do like Dragon Ball Z myself. Let's go straight to Super Saiyan 4. Now you can hear it. You can hear it spinning in there. This specific one, I actually ended up replacing the bottom bar. I replaced the screen. You can even upgrade the screen to a better IPS screen, which isn't too extremely difficult. I replaced the back battery cover. I replaced the battery. You would have to replace the battery, to be honest, unless you've never used it. But these batteries degrade after a while, so it's I definitely recommend replacing the battery. Let's just do. Yeah, see, look, the game's graphics are very good. Yeah, I do really like the PSP. It was a very good console when it first came out. All right, now, let me just show you something else. So, this is running from the UMD. This specific, I had to replace a UMD. The problem with some of these older discs is their original white case that came with it would easily cave in, so I'd have to replace it, which wasn't very difficult at all. I just removed the old one, and sometimes these already were coming off, and just put in the new one. I want to show you a movie that way you can get an idea. Let's see. Okay, oh, look at that. Ah, that's right. The region code on this one is not correct because this is a Japanese PSP, but that was easily overwritten when you dump it. So I have that dumped too, and when you hack it, you can do many different things. Like, look right here. You could easily change it. So I have a bunch of dumped UMDs here as well. So let's just switch it out. Here we go. Let's put Wedding Crashers. Let's do the same one. All right, this should work just fine. So I have Birth by Sleep, you can put themes in. There you go. See, you can easily go through here. Obviously, this is not gonna be the greatest quality of a video. The colors won't be the best. This is something from 2004, but it's cool that they were able to do this back then. This is something I definitely wouldn't have imagined for a portable device back in 2004. So I would definitely recommend revisiting this. Now let's look at some of the things you can do once you have it hacked. They already went straight to Monster Hunters. Yeah, like I mentioned, you need to have it hacked in order to dump the games. If not, you would have had to have bought it, which I believe the store is already offline. Yes, that's right. This is a Japanese Monster Hunter game, which you can have patches applied to it. So once you have a patch on it, you can easily play it and even have a translator patch. Now I just want to show you, okay, here we go. This is the Game Boy Advance emulator. Now there are some issues with playing some of these old emulators with some of the games. Sometimes they don't play the cutscenes correct. I remember I showed one of my other videos, the cutscene for Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memory was not very good. But other than that, there are many games that would play just fine. There we go. I just have to get the button layout correct. So it's circle to go into it. Okay, it was just loading the BIOS there. You need the BIOS. There are many online guides for this older console. Let's go back to it. All right, here we go. Load new game. Okay, ROM. Okay, let's just do let's pick a game here. Let's go to Game Boy Advance. You know, just keep it simple. Let's do Pokemon Emerald. Now, this was very good back when I was younger playing this too. You can still play some of the old Game Boy games on it just fine. Obviously, I had to start a new game here. You know what I think? Let's see. Which one button was it? There we go. I think the Kingdom Hearts game has a save. So the only way, for example, if you want to play Chain of Memory here, the only way to play Chain of Memory would be to play it somewhere else. That way you get past the opening cutscene, and then you can continue playing it no problem. So let's see if I have save memory here. If I don't, then I can't really show you gameplay there. There's really no frame issues once you get past that one scene with Chain of Memories. Now I can't on this one. So, but it really runs just fine after you get past this cutscene. All the Game Boy games work just good. Okay, let me show you another emulator. Another one which was pretty popular when it first came out, the jailbreak came out, was the Super Nintendo one. There are many ways you can dump a Super Nintendo game. There we go. I've never had any issues playing Super Nintendo games on here. So obviously you can play Super Nintendo games, Game Boy Color games, Game Boy Advance games, and obviously the PlayStation games. And there's plenty of PlayStation games that look very good. So I already have one here. Let me just try this one. Now, not all the Super Nintendo games work well. Some of the, I think it's Dragon Ball Z Hyper Dimension, I believe that one doesn't work well. That one has some issues. But a lot of the ones that most people would like to play, like Aladdin or Super Mario, for example, those really have no problem. But let's give this one a run, that way you guys can see. All right, there you go. See, it runs pretty smooth. Not having any issues getting past this part. Still a good way to play some of these old games. I mean, obviously, I know people, when they're looking for the Pocket, they're looking for something to play the original hardware on. I'm just trying to show something in between, just to keep you going. There are obviously other things you can do. Even for Super Nintendo games, there are items you can play. All right, let me just show you the Game Boy one, and then we'll call it a day. A lot of these emulators require you to press circle. Now, the PSP came with plenty of accessories as well. There was an accessory to play it on the TV. There was an accessory for a camera that you could use. There's an IR sensor here. There are programs, hacked programs you can use for the PlayStation Portable that will allow you to actually even control an IR TV, which obviously they all use. There are also some other items that you could use. What was it? The camera. There was a TV tuner I saw. There are plenty of stuff you can use to go with this, especially if you're looking into maybe completing your collection. Oh, that's right. You can also play PlayStation games. So you know what? Let me just show you the PlayStation game real fast. There are several ways you can get the PlayStation game to run. Obviously, if you have it, you can back it up. You have to do some other technical stuff on the computer side in order to get it to run here. You have to apply some patches just to get it to run. But there is plenty of stuff you could do. This one I just wanted to show because this is a pretty popular one. Yes, PlayStation games. So you can play the original Final Fantasy VII, all the Final Fantasies before PS2. So let's see, you have no data load, obviously. Okay. And this is gonna play it natively, so it's gonna play it flawlessly. There should be no issues playing PlayStation games. Let's keep going on this one. Here we go. Obviously, this is not going to be the fastest console, especially if you're going to use a UMD. It's going to still require write speeds. So, depending on how, you got to be patient with these older systems, especially these old ones, because they've been around, what is it, 2004? You're looking at over 10 years already. It's almost 20 years old since this came out. That's crazy, time flies. All right, let's go back to the main screen. Just gonna show you one last thing. You can play Genesis games on these as well. I don't believe I have the Genesis emulator in there already. Let's see what I have. Okay, Master Boy, that's gonna be, they have Nintendo 64 emulators. That could be iffy. Here's another emulator, Neo Geo. That's also a little iffy, but the Game Boy one, here we go. Yeah, that never gives me any problems. It's Game Boy. All right, let's see. And you can play some of the ROM hacks that I've had in other videos as well. Okay, so, let's go do a ROM hack. Oh, this is, I should do the ROMs then. Oh no, this is going to the wrong folder. Looking that one, okay. Okay, so this is just showing me the Sega system, so that's gonna be for the other one. All right, let's see what else we have here. Let's just go back, there we go. Let's go to game mode. All right, might be in here. Yeah, this is where I put it, okay. Yep, here we are. Let's try a ROM hack of, you know what, let's do Pokemon Orange. And obviously this is stretched out, so you could change this however you want. I think it's home here. No, not that one. And yep, here we go. Let's just, you can do the video if you want to change it back to original specs. Let's see. Well, it definitely had stuff you can do. Yeah, like for example, scaling. Let's just do 2x. That way it looks more closer to what it was. There we go. See, this is it. It's very simple. The Game Boy game is gonna work perfectly. That will not give you any issues in my opinion. But yeah, so this is the video. Take it with it what you want. The PlayStation Portable can still be alive, especially if you guys still have it. So I'd recommend it, especially if you have it. So, hey, give it a look. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. I'm planning on showing another one in another video, another PlayStation device that is better than this and will be a better emulator. So, all right, have a good one, everyone.